It's Old Guardian here. We're almost halfway through August and it's time to take a look at what kind of new promo links we have gotten during the month of August. We haven't quite gotten as many promo links as we did in July. There are 13 new promo links. There are also 2 new champions that have not been in promo links before, including Razorwalk, who has been available as a code but not as a link. So let's take a look at everything that's going on. First, thank you Legendaries for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link. So one of the 13 new promo links for August. Scan the QR code now or choose the link down below in the description to get this wonderful opener with King Gallcobar as your first legendary champion, followed by Tagoar, Venomage and Fahrakin as supports. And you can also use code SUPERVICTORY in order to get Pelops the Victor, a wonderful Argonite champion, to complete the set. But let's talk a little bit about the new champions available this month. So Razorwalk has been added to some links. There's only one type of Razorwalk link. Multiple creators have that same link to some kind of tournament idea. And they all have the exact same set of champions, so starting with Razorwalk. And what does Razorwalk really do? Razorwalk is a great damage dealer, very heavily speed-based damage dealer, also gives speed buffs and also provides leech and a ton of damage. Has been available from a code before, so sometimes people have used Razorwalk, for example, with Grand Oak Padraig. So if you have Padraig from a link, then you could have picked Razorwalk as one of your champions. But then again, in a code, it competes with Pelops, and Pelops is really tough competition. So what this really opens up is that if you have a chance to use a Razorwalk link, then you could use a Razorwalk link and you could get Pelops as your code. So you could get Razorwalk and Pelops on the same account, which is something you haven't been able to do before. And then if you add Razorwalk and you add Pelops and then you add Dorothy, that's going to be the upcoming login champion, then these abilities just mesh really well together. Then if you complete that by buying the Pioneer Pass and getting Thor from that, then Dorothy, Pelops supporting Razorwalk and Thor, and then you can have one more support from your set of epics, then that's a pretty sweet opener to raid. And one option for that epic is Tidemaster Dexicos, because Tidemaster Dexicos is the second new champion available for the first time in promo links in August. Tidemaster Dexicos is very similar to Tagoar. So a healer, a reviver, provides shields. Dexicos provides even more shields than Tagoar does. Dexicos doesn't provide that speed buff that Tagoar does though, so Tagoar does have that going for it. I think Tagoar overall is a slightly stronger one. Dexicos seems to be a little bit underrated generally on the tier list websites because Dexicos is a very fine healer and bringing those recurring shields is just a wonderful asset as well. Apart from the 2 completely new champions this month, we are also seeing lots of King Gallcobar links now. So we only had 2 King Gallcobar links back in July, but now we have received a whole bunch more. Well, I built a King Gallcobar link myself, what I consider to be the best King Gallcobar link I could build from the available pool of champions with Tagoar, Venomage and Fahrakin. So really going into that poison direction with King Gallcobar and also bringing some revival capabilities to the team. And these are all the 13 unique links that I have found so far for August. And you can of course find all of these on the Raid Promo Link Finder. You can find a link down below for that one as well. It's a website where I have collected all the Raid promo links that I have been able to find over more than a year now. So there's quite a lot. There are more than 160 different links there. So if you are thinking about any kind of esoteric combination of champions, then that's a website that can really help you find whatever there is available. And this is what's new. So for example, Epar Bibi's version of that Razorwalk link, although all the Razorwalk links are the same, exact same. They're all Razorwalk, Dexicos, Fahrakin and Creodan. And then a whole bunch of these Gallcobar links. I tend to like my own the best. Gallcobar, Tagoar, then Venomage and Fahrakin, because I really like going with that poison synergy with Gallcobar. Gallcobar has a lot of poison things going with it, and then Venomage, Fahrakin just really support it nicely. So that's why I'm a little bit surprised that no one else has chosen to use Venomage with it. So there's like Gallcobar, Tagoar, Fahrakin and Stagnite. Stagnite is a kind of curious one. There's a whole bunch of Stagnite links this month, and I do like Stagnite. Stagnite brings some really key debuffs, for example, for the Demon Lord encounter. But if you pick Pelops as your code champion, then you kind of don't need Stagnite for anything. So Stagnite is more like if you don't pick Pelops for whatever reason, then you might want to bring Stagnite for the debuffs for Demon Lord. So it's kind of curious because Pelops is still so good that you mostly just want to pick it, and then Stagnite kind of does nothing. But on the other hand, it's sort of a future-proof way to build the links, so that, okay, one day Pelops code might expire, and then those Stagnite links just might be more important. But of course, we don't know what's going to happen by then, so there might be other good things going on. And stuff like Gallcobar, Miscreated Monster, Tagoar, Seeker. Okay, Miscreated Monster. I just don't like that it doesn't have that much use for the clan boss early on. That's my main gripe about that. We have Gallcobar, Fahrakin, Creodan, and then Rectodrath. Would be better if those are Venomage instead of that Creodan in that one, I think, because I really like that Gallcobar, Venomage, Fahrakin. The synergy between those is just so real. We have some Stultus links, we have some THOLIN links, we have some Padraig, we have Viter link even, and that Razorwalk link, and then a Corvus link. The mid-game link is really a Corvus link, even though it starts with Ultimate Gaelic, but it does have one legendary, which is just the third to be given out. So overall, the link collection we have this month is nothing too special. I think we already have stronger links with Stultus, with THOLIN, with Artak, with Viter. Of course, Razorwalk link is brand new, and I do think there's some improvement in King Gallcobar. Especially I like this King Gallcobar, Tagoar, Venomage, Fahrakin link, but overall just a lot more choices when it comes to what kind of link you want to start with, if you want to start with King Gallcobar. So those are the main new things that have been going on in August. And as always, you can find all of these links as well as everything else that I have found over at the Raid Promo Link Finder. So you can use that tool to find exactly the champion set that you're looking for. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.